About 5 years ago, I was a bit transphobic. I wasn't the oh, I hate trans people kind. I was more so I think it's wrong and I think it's weird, but I don't care. I'll still love you, but I just won't accept that or agree with you. Which is still a form of transphobia. I think a lot of it came down to when I was younger, I just didn't know what trans people were. I didn't know much about it. I wasn't educated. There's a lot of different factors to it. I believed it was religiously wrong. And I just didn't understand it for the most part. And I think I wouldn't say it's hate, but rudeness I expressed in my opinions towards the community came from a place of ignorance. I remember, when I was younger, around middle school, maybe early high school, I would watch a lot of those, YouTube videos that are just the robot voice going over memes from Reddit. Now, I didn't know they were just stolen from the top page of Reddit, but that's just what those channels are. So there were a few that were, making fun of, pronouns, they, them, that kind of stuff. I was like, this is funny, I agree with it. I remember screenshotting one of them. It was about Mr. Potato Head. The people who made Mr. Potato Head had, made some statement how, Mr. Potato Head was canonically non-binary. Or was, they, them, or something like that. And the meme was why does toys need pronouns or something like that? It was something stupid or goofy like that. And I was like, yeah, this is funny. I remember posting it to a Discord server. And someone responded, I think it was something along the lines of, why do toys need pronouns? What's the issue with a toy being non-binary? And I remember thinking to myself, that's a good point. Why should I care if a toy is non-binary? Does it matter that a toy doesn't use he, him, despite having Mr. in the name? No, it doesn't. And a few years later, I became a furry. I had a lot more LGBTQ friends. I'd become less homophobic and transphobic. I still had some of those thoughts in my head, but I was never bad about it. And I had a lot of friends who would shave their legs and arms and stuff like that. And I thought, I might as well try it, right? So I did. I shaved my legs for a few weeks just to give it a try. Didn't like it at first. It was super annoying to do correctly. It was a little annoying to maintain. But once I got into the groove of maintaining it, I really liked how it felt. I still to this day shave my legs because I don't like having hair on my legs anymore. And I remember my parents at the time didn't really like it or accept it. I think they phrased it like they were worried about what I would be. I remember we were in the car. It was, I believe, me, my mom, my dad, and my brother. And they were all just kind of talking about how it's weird that I shave my legs. That's not a manly thing to do. And they were worried I'd be gay or something like that. I don't know why, but that memory has stuck out to me. It was nighttime. I can remember that vividly. Actually, I think my friend was in the car as well. I think it was his birthday. It was something like that. So fast forward another year or two. I'd been in the furry community for like a year, maybe two. So I'd known about femboys. I knew cross-dressing, and I thought, I'll give that a try. I threw on, I want to say it was my anxiety raccoon t-shirt, and I put on some eyeliner, and to give myself fake boobs, I stuffed my shirt with clothing, and I tried to hold it in place with a belt. I took pictures, and looking back, those pictures, they don't look very good. I might throw some on screen if I actually feel like editing. But it was exciting. I liked the feeling. I looked pretty not good, but I was like, this is fun. As time went on, I cross-dressed more. I was like, I'm a femboy. I like being a effeminate guy. At the time, I felt kind of comfortable with being a guy. Like, I never felt dissatisfied. It was fine enough, but I didn't want to be manly. I didn't want to be... What's the word? Like, I never wanted to be, like, too buff or rugged. I liked being more of a effeminate guy. And as time went on, like, with talking to my friends, I noticed I like being referred to as a girl sometimes, like, just offhandedly. So my friends would be, like, say something like slay queen or like yes girl or something like that. And I realized I like how that felt. It wasn't something I was ready to confront yet. I just thought, I'm an effeminate guy. I ended up talking to one of my trans friends about how they knew that they were trans. I talked to, I think, a few of them. And I believe it was on vacation when I realized, in like fictional scenarios, I would insert my head into the position of like female characters. Like, I wouldn't self-insert into male characters, I would do it into female characters. And I thought, that's not something a guy does. If you're a guy, you most likely self-insert into male characters, not female characters. So I thought, maybe I might be trans. So I talked to a few of my friends. I was like, hey, I might be trans. I just want to try out a few new pronouns. We'll try she, her. Can you just call me by that for a bit? I'll see how it is. I think within a day or two, I loved the feeling of being called a girl so much, I just immediately decided right then and there, yeah, I'm trans. I went out shopping with one of my friends to go buy bras and feminine clothing. I can't remember if this was before or after. No, this was definitely after. And I felt good. Felt good about how I looked. I decided to shave off my mustache and goatee that I had. I mean, it was a really nice goatee and mustache, but it didn't feel right on me now that I was a girl. And when I started to present and dress in a feminine manner, and shave my face, I realized I was actually able to recognize myself in the reflection. Before I realized I was trans, there were a few times where I'd just look in the mirror, and it didn't feel like I was looking back. But now I can sometimes see myself, and I feel so much better about my appearance. I look good and I feel good. And honestly, I've been pretty happy since deciding I'm trans. I hope this helped some of you. Thank you for listening. You guys have a nice day. Bye bye.